The champs is here.
Yo, we out here on the track when the dreamers run. Each step a testament, here we get it done. Crushing all the hurdles, breaking through the pain. The Texas sun shines bright as we train in the lane. Push it to the limit, never look back. Texas Track Dad, we run the show. Talking fast times, how the athletes grow. In the podcast groove, we bring the heat. From the field to the mic, can't accept defeat. From Dallas to Houston, yeah, we're raising the bar. Every athlete's story, every victory a star. We hustle on the field, focus sharp like a spear. The clock's ticking down, but the finish line is near. With every single stride, we own the sound. Texas Track Dad, we run the show. Talking fast times, how the athletes grow. In the podcast groove, we bring the heat. From the field to the mic, can't accept defeat. From Dallas to Houston, yeah, we're raising the bar. Every athlete's story, every victory a star. We hustle on the field, focus sharp like a spear. The clock's ticking down, but the finish line is near. With every single stride, we own the sound. Texas Track Dad, we run the show. Talking fast times, how the athletes grow. In the podcast groove, we bring the heat. From the field to the mic, can't accept defeat. So lace up your shoes, let the journey commence. Texas Track Dad, we build the suspense.
What is going on, guys? Let me get IG up real quick. I'm always forgetting about my IG peeps, but there we go. We're going to get it going today. But what's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. We are back. Hey, it's already some fast running going on in Arkansas right now. It is crazy. Y'all running too fast already. But we got a good show today. We're going to bring in Steve McBride. He's financial advisor, track parent. He's a straight business person. He has a lot of knowledge, and I just hope he can bring some insight, on some things. Some parents or you, if y'all are trying to figure it out with your kid in college and stuff like that, if y'all trying to figure out some finance stuff or want some advice and stuff like that, that's why brought him on the show. We switching up a bit, because it's not all about track. Sometimes it's the stuff that go into it. So we got to make sure we squared away on that. But before we do, I got to give a shout out to my guy over there at Wearabands. He's looking out for the show, no doubt. It's a link in that description. Go to Wearabands. You can put in Texas Track Dad. You'll get 20% off on those resistance bands if you're trying to build some strength, some speed, and all that good stuff. But shout out to Wearabands. Let's go ahead and bring Mr. McBride on. Let's get him in here. Hey, what's going on? How are you?
What's happening, Coach? Good to see you. Yes, sir.
I tell you what, you be pushing some content on that Facebook.
Yes, sir.
Every day I'll be on there, and I see you on there, and I'm telling you, you be dropping some diamonds on there, and every time you hit on something, make sure if I have time, I go ahead and drop something in there, but I appreciate you actually talking about stuff like that, the financial part of life, and I think some kids and some parents need to hear this, especially, kids, they off in school, and it's putting a financial strain on some parents, and kids, they stressed out. They said they don't have no money up there. They don't know how to eat up there. And, but they calling us, they want us to send them some money. And, you know how it is. But we're going to get into it. So let's go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about who you are and a little bit about McBride Solutions as well.
Yes, sir, Coach. Again, my name is Steve McBride. I am a financial coach. That's a little bit different from a financial advisor. Certain legal ramifications for that. But but I'm a financial coach. I've been a financial coach for about 6 years, but I've applied the principles that I teach and that I talk about most of my adult life. We teach individuals, families, agencies how to get out of debt and how to handle their money so they can go on to become debt free and build amazing wealth. Apart from being a financial coach, I have worked in law enforcement for over 31 years. I just recently retired as a lieutenant from the Travis County Sheriff's Office. I bring all that experience with me to my financial coaching business, decision making, crisis resolution. I have a master's degree from Sam Houston State University, a bachelor's of art from the University of Texas at Austin. I'm also a Dave Ramsey master financial coach, which means I'm certified to teach the principles that Dave Ramsey, if you never heard of him, the principles that he puts out. Also, as you know, that being in law enforcement, we take training from an FBI leader, executive leadership, command leadership, and also line supervising that I apply to the principles that I use.
Dave Ramsey, he hit on some good stuff.
Yes, sir. Dave Ramsey is well, I would say preach, but teaches debt freedom, and that's debt freedom on beast mode. And when I took his training, I discovered that we as a family, we were already doing about 98% of that stuff anyway. But training gave the terminology and the talking points, but we were already doing that. And these are the principles that I teach to my kids. This is why I usually get into trouble when I start talking about my kids, but I talk about them, especially in this situation, and on this topic about college and paying for college, is because all three of my kids are on roads to graduate from college debt free.
And that is very important, especially when they getting out, when they coming out of school, because you don't want them stressed out about student loans or getting a place to live or whatever. But if they come out, if you set it up where once they graduate, basically the only thing they have to worry about is finding a job and not paying off a debt they built up while in college. I think you put your kids in a better situation to be successful. And we're going to get in there too, because when they're in college, they're getting all those credit card offers and they doing that stuff. I think that's kind of where it starts, because if they go to the mailbox, if they college, they're going to have some credit card offers on there. All they have to do is just call and give them a promo code. They go send them a card.
That's right, Coach. Back in 1990, when I was starting college as a freshman, I got those offers, MasterCard, Visa, and I remember that very well. I was one for $800 and $500. I know that doesn't seem like a lot now, but back then there was a lot of money, and I quickly maxed those out. It took me a few years to get out of that debt and to overcome that. And so that's one of the reasons that I've taught my kids, and I would say so well, that they won't follow those roads that I did when I was 18, 19, 20 years old. They don't have to overcome those issues.
Yeah, for sure. So as a financial coach, and excuse me if I say advisor while we're on the show, but I try to, keep it at coach. As both a financial coach and a track parent, how did your perspective on money change once your daughter went to college?
Okay, so Coach, I'll tell you this, and I'm probably going to sound like I'm confident and cocky, but when you plan and you plan ahead, there's not too many things that you're surprised by. So this is something that the program that we follow in our household from the time that they were babies until now. So that wasn't anything that was a surprise to us. So one thing that I coach people on is to start early and to hit on these things often, and then you won't be surprised when things come up. It's just like water; it just keeps flowing. So there's nothing that's shocking. But I have dealt with parents who are in that situation where they are shocked by what happens at college, and I find that most of them miss out on money that's out there that they could have used. And we teach them and we show them where to find the money and how to ask for the money. The most important thing about college is you want to graduate, and you want to graduate debt free. And then after that, you want to pay for it for free or as little as possible. And we don't have a problem with saying that.
Yeah, for sure. And the folks who are watching, y'all should be able to hear me better. I have to switch my mic. But I always say on my show, and I post sometimes, parents, you need to prepare because you don't know how much money your kid's going to get in scholarship. Track and field, it's hard to get full rides. It is what it is. So you need to make sure you have something set up. And I always say, start saving.
Mm-hmm.
And if it pans out, your kid get a full ride, cool. They can use that money for something else,
Right.
But
Exactly.
let's say if they get partials, hey, you already set because y'all been setting money to the side. Y'all can just, use that. And full scholarship or not, your kid's gonna call you for money when they in school. Is that true, Coach, or what?
It can be, but I told mine to lose my number. Don't call me.
I'm like, did I just say you? So what are you doing up there?
Yes, I like what you said about playing early and to save. What a lot of people miss out on is, especially it can go state by state, is the 529 plan. And if you are out of state, you can check it and see how your state does it. But in the state of Texas, the 529 plan, you can pay into that, and that's money that is tax free. It compounds over years, and when you get ready to use it for college, it's tax free. Now, I will warn you that if you don't use it for college, there's a penalty for taking it out, and also you will be taxed on it. But if you save your money in that 529 plan, if your kid decides not to go to college, you can transfer it to another kid, niece, or nephew, or it doesn't have to be college. It can be for a trade school. So a lot of people miss out on that, and all the other free options that are out there. I notice also there are some parents that have foster and adoptive kids, especially in the state of Texas. Many of them are not aware that the state of Texas pays for tuition if you go to a state-supported school, and they miss out on that money. And I also want to make sure that people understand that even if you get a track scholarship or whatever scholarship, that should not be the only plan. That's just a tool. You need to overlap these things and use them.
Yeah, so that 529 plan, so it's directly for college students, for them, for saving for college students. That's all you can use it for, is what you're saying.
Right, college or trade school, and you have to see what your state's plan, what types of schooling that they applied to. But in general, for college and maybe trade school, but and you can transfer that to if your kid, just say for instance, if my daughter had decided that she didn't want to go to school, I could transfer it to my son, who is also in school. As a matter of fact, both of them started college at the same time, so we had two kids in college same year, so we had to know the ways to get through college debt free. And there's other options out there that people miss. Military, GI Bill, that's also transferable, can be used, but you have to see how you qualify for it. In Texas, we have the Hazelwood, and again, you have to try to overlap those. If you get the GI Bill, also overlap that with the Hazelwood. So people will miss out on money if they don't do that. So we have to have those understandings as well. And we talk about full ride scholarships. I tell you, Coach, my daughter went to college on a full ride scholarship, and as you and I know that a full ride, that's only for that year. It sounds good. It sounds like it's for the whole 4 years, but they have to compete every year to keep that scholarship. And my daughter was a phenomenal youth athlete, and we were able to parlay that into that full ride. We had Power 5 offers, but we chose to go mid-major with UT Arlington. And that not only does that save us money, and I think most people go for the prestige of Power 5 and for the bragging rights and miss out on the bag, miss out on saving the money. So you have to consider all those things when we're making our college choices.
Yeah, yeah, that plays a big part, in the recruiting process. You first of all, you got to go where you and your family could afford, and you need to talk to the you got to talk to the coaches too, and be like, hey, is this a 1-year deal, or am I locked in? There's very few colleges out there that would lock those athletes in for a whole 4 years. It's probably by 3%. It's probably lower than that, because they'll tell you, hey, here's the deal. We gonna give you this offer here, but when we talk next season or when the season ends, it might not be the same. They can cut it in half, or they can be like, you know what, we don't got nothing for you next year. And that's stressful on the athlete, and it's stressful on the parent. And that's another reason why you have to make sure you got things in order, for situations like that. What are the biggest financial mistakes you see families make with student athletes? You kind of hit on it already, not preparing, being prepared, but what's some more?
Right. Not being prepared, obviously not planning early. And also they think that the athletic scholarship, they treat that as if that is the plan, that there's no other options out there. It's great especially for track athletes, it's great if you get that partial or even a full ride, but there's other options out there. You still have to take advantage of Pell Grants if you qualify for those. Many people forget to fill out that paperwork for that and see if they qualify. Other financial aid programs, not loans. One of the things that we stress at McBride Solution is that we teach people to stay away from loans, student loans, basically any type of loan, what we teach, because of what you're going to pay in interest. And parents forget about students saving money in the summer, during those early years, when they are 10, 11, 12 years old, saving money from birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, summer jobs. If you teach them to budget that money and put away some of that money for college, that'll put them ahead of the game when they do graduate. My youngest, when they were young, they were mowing lawns at 8, 9, 10 years old and putting the money away. So we have to teach them that so they can have some equity in it. Many of them think that just because they run and they get a partial scholarship, that's all they have to do. But if your family cannot afford it, then your student might have to get a part-time job. Parents might get an extra job. Fill out for other scholarships. My son ran for Texas Lutheran University his first year. And that's a D3. We know there was no athletic scholarships. And he had no athletic scholarship offers. But he filled out for academic scholarships. He got the Presidential Scholarship Award that the school offered. He worked part-time, Christmas, holidays. And then when after a year was over, he transferred to Texas State University. Well, of course, that was much cheaper. Another cost, we was cost conscious, but we knew the plan going into Texas Lutheran University, even though that was expensive, we had a plan for that and give him opportunity to run at the college level. But when that was up, he transferred to Texas State University, and now he works and pays as he goes, and he uses tuition reimbursement, and he's not in my pocket anymore. So
yeah,
he doesn't have to call me and say, "Dad, I need money." And this is not brag. The young man is doing so well, I might call him and ask him for some money.
And they ain't gonna give it to you either. You go, they be the kids be having that money. They don't want to share it with the parents. They something else. Mm-hmm. But yeah. You're right. And I wanted to ask you about that. About the that 529 again.
Yes,
if
sir.
Parents, if a parent is interested in opening a 529 account, where do they go? Do they go to a bank? Can they do it online, or what's the best way to go about that?
Okay, you can simply Google 529 plan state of Texas, right? And that website will come up. It'll explain all of it to you and show you the ins and outs of it. How much you can put into the fund. I think for an individual, you can put up to $8,000 in it. For families, $16,000. So just Google 529 plan state of Texas if you're in the state of Texas or your state, and you get all the information on that.
So is it kind of like a minimum that's got to be kept in there, like $1,000 have to stay in the account, or do they charge a monthly fee or anything like that?
No, it's not a minimum. It's not a minimum that has to be in there. But once you put it in, you can't be taking it out without penalty. Remember, this money is growing tax-free. But if you take that money out, you're going to be taxed on it, and you're going to pay a penalty. So the amount that you put in, that's up to you. You got to do that according to your household budget. That I would strongly recommend that, the 529 plan, especially for families that are just starting out. I know if you're 18 years old and you're about to go to college and you did not take advantage of that, it's probably a little late in the game. But this is something that I would tell families that are just starting out early. They don't even have children yet. Go ahead and start that 529 plan, or start position yourself to put money into that account. And saying that you don't have enough is really not an excuse if you still have stuff like cable, eating out. And I know I sound like I'm on beast mode here, but if you have to ask yourself what's important. Am I going to be able to pay for college, or is cable important?
Yeah, and it's a lot of options. That 529 is just one option, but you want to make sure you're doing something. And the key is you create that account or whatever, just like you have, just say you want to do a performance savings account, because it's going to be an interest rate involved with that savings account. You can't put money in there and start taking it out, right? Because you defeating the purpose, right? You're not going to get a good return on that. And so the return, I know on some performance savings account like Capital One have one, you get a return every month. Like right now, I think it's like 3.4 or something like that. But that interest rate kind of fluctuate a bit, But the key is don't, if your primary objective is to save money, all right, this is gonna be for my kid, if they need something. I'm telling you right now, they're gonna need something. Right. I don't care if they on a full or not. When they go to college, they are going to need something. So you need to make sure, start now. While they're in high school, go ahead and start setting stuff up. Don't wait till they're senior. It's their senior year. Don't wait till then. I don't care if they're a freshman, seventh grader, or whatever. Go ahead and start it now. Start setting this type of stuff up, because it's going to help at the end.
Yeah, you want to start early, Coach, as early as possible. And people often laugh at me. I say, you got to start from the womb. I mean, that's how you got to get ahead of the game. And Coach, let me tell you some other ways to save money or free options. Track athletes or any athlete often forget about other scholarships that are out there, public, private, academic scholarships. We know we say student athlete, so we should be making sure, as my grandma say, make sure you get your lesson. So,
yeah.
So you can get academic scholarships, valedictorian, salutatorian. If you score high on the SAT, ACT, all those types of scholarships. I think I mentioned the presidential scholarship that a lot of campuses they offer. You want to apply for those. Local scholarships from your local churches, organizations like that. Walmart, McDonald's. If your parents, students' parents work at a place. I was law enforcement for 31 years. I know Travis County offered scholarships to students of employees. So sometimes people forget to look that up and forget to try those. And Coach, I don't care if it's $50. That's still better than zero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're exactly right. And don't depend on your kid to look for scholarship information. You need to get you need to get involved in that. You need to call the financial. I know they think they grown. They're not. You need to call that financial aid advisor. And I'm telling you like this: you do what you want, but when your kid go to college, they're gonna have an option to sign your name where you can see what they doing, right? And it's no option with me. I'm sorry. You saw that's how it's gonna go. I'm just saying, because you need to know what's going on. And sometimes you gotta talk to financial aid people because they be knowing stuff sometimes the coaches really don't know, you know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be it's kind of like a group effort because you're gonna have to kind of dive into stuff. And there's actually a database where you can go to, and it has all type of, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of scholarships. Right. And all you need to do is just sit down and fill it out.
Right. So this is what I told my kids, and this is what I teach parents. Junior year and senior year, that kid, their job is to every day fill out at least 2 or 3 scholarship applications. If that means they have to write an essay, you're going to write that essay. And most of the time you can use that essay for the next scholarship. It's the same thing, change some wording. And that's your job. If you have a part-time job, well, that's your second job. How many scholarship applications did you fill out today? Oh, 2? Well, that's not enough. I need to see 4.
Yeah.
Coach, I also want to make sure, and a lot of parents miss out on this, before they go off to college, they can take advantage of dual enrollment because a lot of students graduate high school already with an associate's degree. And that puts you at least 2 years ahead of the game.
Yeah.
And a lot of community colleges offer free tuition. I know here in the Austin area, our Austin Community College, that's free tuition. Don't know how long that's going to last, but students nowadays need to take advantage of that while it's still available. And like I say, before you go off to the big Power 5 school or your mid-major, you could already go 2 years ahead of the game if you go dual enrollment.
Yeah. If you graduate, if you are graduating with an associate degree, you already ahead of the game.
Yes, sir.
And I wish I would have did that. I don't even think they had it back then. I'm telling my age a little bit, but if your kid can do that, when they graduate, that's definitely gonna be a plus.
Yes,
Hold on, I think we froze a little bit.
Okay.
My moderator just. All right. Let me see. Is it still froze or is it rolling? All right. Yeah, it's probably come back up. So Let me ask you this here, Coach. Let me know when to come back up. Should parents continue paying for everything, or should athletes manage some expenses themselves?
Okay, Coach.
That?
Now you know what I'm gonna say. My answer is, and I'll explain. But let me say this: no. Yeah. We want to make sure these kids have skin in the game.
Yeah.
If we teach them early and often, like I say, from the time they're small, and that they understand that they're going to have some responsibility for us paying for things, then when they get off to college and go into the adult world, they'll already have those things in place. I tell you, when we were in youth sports with our kids, and you know how track is, you go into track meet every weekend. We were driving from Austin to Houston and doing all those things. We made our kids pay for their own meals with their allowance. And yeah, if we stop at McDonald's on the way to Houston, they talking about they're going to order number 10. I think that's the one with the nuggets. I'm like, no, where's your money? Hey, Coach, some of them learn, like, okay, it's going to make me a PBJ at home, and I'm going to save my money. You know, and I still do that today with my youngest when we go out to dinner. Where's your money? So, so in short, my answer is no. Even if you come from a wealthy family, and you still have to teach the kid some financial responsibilities. Yeah. So it's not about who pays for it. It's about, are they responsible? Even if when our kids were little, we gave them the money and watched them pay for it, even though we were financing it, whatever they were getting on some of those, but we watched them actually do the physical paying for it. So my answer is no in general, but the main thing is to teach them financial responsibility.
Yeah. And I agree with you. It is hard, man, because when I know myself, I'm used to spoiling the kids and whatnot, and they know that too. And they like, I got money, but I still want dad to pay for it. But you're right, you gotta be like, nah, if you got money, you need to go ahead and use your money.
Right.
And it was crazy. They will be when they spend your money, they go out and do.
Yeah.
Bye. But when it's their money, they real particular on what they want to get, But like you say, it's creating something that they're gonna use, in life. If you just keep, hey, I got it, you're not really, giving them that their responsibility, and when they go off to college, if you send them a certain amount of money and say, hey, this is all we got for the month, I'm gonna go ahead and send it to you. You're gonna have to manage, and I tell my daughter, hey, you got to learn how to manage money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you got to manage it. I'm gonna send it to you. Now it's up to you to manage it. So whatever you buy, is it a need, or you bought it because you need it, or you buying it because you want it? Because it's a difference, And going to Chick-fil-A every day and stuff like that, we can't do that. You need to go to the grocery store.
Hey, Coach, that was going to be one of my examples. I would have said Starbucks, but yeah, Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Starbucks. Yeah, you can't do that on my dime.
Yeah. You done went to Chick-fil-A about 5 times this week. What are you doing?
Coach, I want to go to Chick-fil-A. I don't know
what are you doing?
But if we don't teach them, they'll be 30 years old doing the same thing.
Yeah, you're right.
I deal with countless people who are in that 30-year-old age group who are still making those same mistakes. So we have to teach them early. And I tell you, I like spoiling mine too. When my daughter, not so much with my son, I'm a little harder on him. But when my daughter comes home for a visit, and my wife's tough on the budget now. She's one of them people that you think when I talk about, you think I'm beast mode. My wife is on a whole nother level. And when my daughter gets ready to leave, I slip her some money where my wife can't see it.
Yeah. Oh, she gonna know now.
So, Coach, I get it. We want to spoil them.
Yeah.
But, they know how to manage that money.
Yeah. Hey, you done got yourself in trouble now.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking a little too much. Coach,
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm going to tell you another way to save money. Like my youngest, she's a senior in high school now, and she's about to go off to college next year. She's going to be going to Texas State University, joining her brother. But having put 2 kids through college and both about to graduate, I know the best route. She's going to stay home and commute, and that's going to save us money on housing. So that's at least $900, $1,000 a month that's being saved. Instead of trying to go off and get a dorm, get an apartment, those kind of things. So people don't think about that when they're figuring where I'm going to go to school. I'll tell you with Crean, who most people know, we went and we visited the University of Massachusetts, right? Mm-hmm. Loved the campus, loved it. And it was hard to tell that coach at the end of the day, we're not going to go here. And they were offering about 95%, right? And we had to figure travel time. And I got the video history of this travel time, and we actually discussed this on video. And we got to consider travel time. Crean, which you're going to come visit for the holidays. Mm-hmm. Can we come to all your meets? You used to us coming to all your meets. We're not going to do that. We're financial on beast mode with this. So we had to consider all that. So not a good choice for us, right? Yeah. Because again, at the end of the day, the goal for college is to graduate and graduate debt free.
Yeah. That's and Coach, you hitting on a lot of good stuff, and I hope a lot of people listening, and I know they are. It's tough, sending them kids, off to college into the world, and it's if we just can't let them go. You see what I'm saying? We just can't. Oh, you in college now? You do what you want. No, you can't do that. You still got to monitor stuff. And you still have to explain stuff, this is the reason why you can't spend on this, because if you do it now while they're in college, you feeding them that information. So when they graduate, they out of their own. That's how they're going to manage their finances, right? If you don't help them right now and their finances a mess, what's going to happen when they get out of college or get away, from home, or it's going to be a mess also, and you just don't want to put them in that bind. You want to kind of, help them out now.
Right. We monitor. You have to be patient with them, but be firm also. Firm but fair. You know that they're gonna make some mistakes, but jump on it right away. Don't let it fester, because a $20 problem can quickly become a $500 problem if you don't take care of it. What we did with our kids, we would have, when they first went off to college, weekly budget meetings, weekly expenditure meetings. And then when they got older, we started doing it monthly. And finally, we usually just talk basic investments now, especially with my son. We don't have a budget meeting with him. He handled that himself, but we talk finance, investment, those type of things, housing market, those type of things. So if you start them early and you hit it often, that'll always be in their head and instilled in them.
Yeah. And you had mentioned, I'm glad you brought it up, the travel part of it. If your kids is going to college out of state, it's going to be it's going to be more. I'll tell you that right now. And if you a parent that like to see your kid compete, you're gonna have something. You got to have something in place where you're gonna have to either fly up there or you're gonna have a good enough car to drive back and forth wherever they at, you know, and that's another thing you need to budget. I want my kid to go here, it's out of state. What are the just like my wife, she's on IG coming. You got to look at those plane tickets and see what them plane tickets looking like.
Exactly.
So you need to buy them plane tickets early. So if you wait till the last minute, it's gonna be double the price. You know.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a chess game more than anything. You know.
Exactly.
But yeah, you're exactly right. Let's see here. When should a student athlete start building credit?
Okay, great question, Coach. Let me tell you this. You know, I'm one of those early people start early. You start when they are kids. And let me preface this before I say it, because I want to tell you this, that I do not promote credit cards and getting credit cards. But and if you're going to do this, what I'm about to say to the parents out there, you have to be extremely cautious and make sure you monitor this. Okay, if you want to build your kids' credit, make them authorized users on your credit card. I'm not saying turn the credit card over to them. Don't do that, Coach.
Hey, this is a hot topic for me. Just wait till you get done.
Please don't do that, Coach. So, my youngest, she's been on our credit card since she was 14 years old, right? And we don't hand her the credit card. That means we, as users, every time we use that credit card and we pay our bill, her credit goes up. It helps her credit score, right? But I want to caution you. If you don't take heed to what I'm saying, you will ruin your kids' credit, and you'll ruin yours if they misuse it if you hand it to them. And this is the thing about credit cards, Coach. And we teach, if you're going to use them, you don't use credit cards to make debt. You use the credit card to build credit, meaning that you don't spend money that you don't have. If I'm going to use my credit card, that means I already have the money, the cash money to pay it. And I'm going to automatically pay that credit card bill immediately. What we did with our son, and I guess he won't mind me telling people this, is he uses a credit card for his credit, right? He pays his gas, his rent, and all that with the credit card. But the credit card is tied to his bank account because immediately he's paying that off from the money that he's made. So you can't spend money that you don't have. If you don't have money for it, then you can't afford it, whatever it is. And the credit card is not the way to pay for it. Then you don't have it. And your credit card is not your emergency fund. And I'll talk about emergency funds a little later if we go more in depth into that. But if you're not careful, you'll run up that credit card bill, you'll ruin your kids' credit, and they'll ruin yours if you turn that card over to them. So you're building their credit with that credit card. You're also, when they get lights and utilities in their name, when they go off to college, that builds their credit as well. So there's a lot of ways to build that credit, but those are the two main ways of doing it.
Yeah, and I know that's Dave Ramsey Wade. Not, he don't like credit cards either.
Right.
So I'm still in the process of reading that book I got from him. But I'm kind of I like it, but it has to be managed on a high level as a parent. Because my daughter, I was able, we got her a good one from Capital One. They offer a student credit card. It's legit. It's legit, and of course, I pay it or whatever, but it has to be managed.
Yes, sir.
And here's the deal. So this is because your balance is this, because your available balance is this on the card, doesn't mean you go out and spend all of that, right?
Right.
There's no because you see this balance, that don't mean that all belongs to you. You can do whatever, you can't do it. And if any chance, if you use it, of course, I can see everything that's happening. Anytime that card swipe, I get a ding, I can lock that card too. I can lock it.
Yes.
I can lock it. But they kind of teach them too on down the line. Well, in my daughter's case, because eventually she's gonna have a credit card in life on what to do. And I say, hey, if you run this balance up or whatnot, of course, it's gonna be taken care of by me right now. But when you get out and you get one and you do that and you can't pay it, it's gonna be bad. Your credit score is gonna be bad. It's gonna be a charge off and everything else. This is how you manage it now. And she learned. She learned, and she know when to get to a certain point. That's it. And another thing, if you're using those credit cards, you got to pay that. You don't wait 6 months, 8 months to try to pay it down, where it needs to be or whatever. You need to go ahead and pay it down when you can. You got to keep that, that utilization down. I think it's around by 35% or so, something like that, with cards and stuff like that. But
you don't want to get stuck with making minimum payments. You just spent $300 on shoes, but you're gonna make $45 minimum payment. See, and credit card companies and banks, what they'll do, they're not in the business of selling you automobiles. They're in the business of selling you credit, selling debt. They don't want you to pay it off early, because the longer you take to pay it off, the more money they make. And that's what a lot of people don't understand with getting loans. And I was talking to a client a couple of years ago. He was all excited because his student loan, they gave him a deal where he could pay less. And I mind you, this guy was 42 years old, and we were the same age. He was still paying back the student loan from back when he was 22. So now you're making less payment. The amount is less, but you're carrying that debt out over time. Where are you going to end up paying over the whole course of that loan? And that also applies to credit cards. That's why we very strongly urge people not to use them. Only use them if you have the money to pay it right away. As a means to get you credit, not to get debt.
Yeah, and another thing I had to explain to mine was the interest on them cards, because you're going to get, the longer that money, that balance sit on it, that money you use to sit on that card, you getting charged interest on that.
Right.
you get charged interest on that. And that if you spend a lot, that interest rate, if you don't got a low interest rate, you gonna be paying double what you actually need to be paying. So
and that's what you have to ask yourself, Coach. If you keep that balance and you're gonna pay more, what do you think the bank wants you to do? The bank is in business to make money. So they glory in the fact that you're taking a loan to pay it.
Yep.
So you go to buy a car. They're not trying to. I went to several dealerships in the last 3 years and ended up paying cash for my cars for my kids, right? And if they really wanted me to get that car on credit, it used to be a time you think if you walk in and you say, hey, I want to pay cash, which one you got? Give me that one there. No, they want to sell you debt. They don't want to sell you the product.
Yep.
Yeah, so you have to be, know the game.
And that's what you're right. The banks, they there to make money. So if they can lock you in on on a high interest rate, and that's why they go after those college students too. Because they don't know. They just know they got a credit card for $500, and they about to go buy all their clothes. They about to go shopping.
That's what I did in 1990, and my dad is still mad at me.
Yeah,
I'm 53 years old. He's still mad. But so Coach, if you do it right and you take heed to what I'm saying, the student takes heed to it and they pay everything off, they can have a high credit score, That way, when they get into the adult world and they're ready to buy a house, lenders will more than likely give them that money at a lower interest. So that's the importance of using a credit card.
Yeah. And for the parents who listening, it's kind of one of them things that's going to be something you're going to have to decide, and something you need to talk to your student athlete with, because I'm telling you right now, they getting offers. They getting credit card offers in their mailbox. They do. They might not even tell you. I guarantee you, go call them right now and ask them, did they have they got one? They'll tell you,
they get them. And what they also have to be careful of with your students is not just like the MasterCard and the Visa, but the department store credit cards. When you get those, where you can buy clothes, and you fill out for this credit card, and we'll give you 20% off of this just for filling it out. Oh, you got it. That's a $200 credit limit, and that will ruin your credit.
Yeah. And stay away from American Express cards, because you got to pay that. You got to pay that at the end of the month. Diabolical, right? No, we getting a little bit pressed for time. Let's see. Let's go here. So I want you to answer this, Coach, before we get into this next block of questions.
Okay.
We just got a few minutes left. So for the parents who are listening right now, they got freshmen in college, and the kid called the parents, say, "Hey, I just got a credit card offer in my mailbox. I want it." What advice would you give this parent?
Ask them, do they have a good shredder, either in their apartment or on campus? Take that and shred it. They're not ready for it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I was going to say they're not ready for it. If they're going to get one, I want the parents to have the control over it, like you was mentioning before, where they could cut it, lock it up. Okay, you overspent. I have my eyes on it. I'm monitoring it, and I'm going to govern how you spend on it. They should throw that in the trash, shred it as soon as possible.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%. If you choose to say, okay, hey, you can do it. It comes a lot of responsibility with that. If you can't monitor that card,
right,
they go get themselves in some high debt, trouble, because it's going to keep growing. It's going to keep growing. So definitely, just make sure you take care of that. Just a few more questions. What basic money habits should every student athlete develop in college?
Well, again, I said if you start this early, even before they get to college, learn how to budget and to live below their means. Because if you budget your money, then you know where the money is going. If you live below your means, you can save, and then you can start to invest, and you'll be living like nobody else is living. The reason why I can talk so confident and cocky about money is because I don't owe anybody. When you owe somebody, that means they own you, in my opinion. So I can talk a lot of noise, but I probably, on my post, I probably sound like that because I don't owe anybody. Nobody owns me. And when nobody owns you, I mean, the doors are just open for you to do anything. So,
got a few, just a couple NIL questions. What should families understand financially about NIL opportunities?
Okay, NIL, you got to remember that NIL, that's a business. The NIL is not a scholarship. That's a business deal, and most people are not going to get very much money from it anyway. But you have to also understand that, is that going to take away from my partial scholarship or my scholarship? My kids didn't get an NIL deal, but when you get a scholarship, even with that full ride, any other scholarship that they got, that had to be figured into, okay, the school's going to take away money from this full ride because you got this other scholarship. And so you have to be careful with that. but mainly for NIL. Remember, it's a business. Most of them are small. It's taxable, and your main thing is to get a degree. That's what's going to pay you the most money in your life. Mm-hmm. Most people are not going to get those Archie Manning and Shadur Sanders deals. It's just not going to happen. So you go and you practice your sport, you study, you try to get as much scholarship from your running as you can. If you got a partial, perform well and ask for more money next semester or next year. But the NIL, that's not going to last. And so I would treat it like that. As whatever you make from NIL today, just assume it's not going to be there tomorrow. And manage that's the same way you would manage any other money.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up. NIL is kind of one of them things. If you're not, if you're not at the top in the nation type deal, you're not going to get those big NIL contracts,
right,
or whatever. But with that said, it's a lot of opportunities out there where you can make money, but it take a lot of work. Yes. And it's hard to be a creator for an NIL and you're a full-time student athlete, because they want you to make them videos, and you agree that you're going to make videos, you're going to do this, they're going to expect that to be done, and also if you do end up getting an NIL opportunity, when you get that money, a portion of that need to be saved somewhere. I don't care if it's $20. I don't care if it's $200. You need to take a percentage of that NIL money and put it in your savings account. Stop. Exactly. These athletes, y'all getting paid off some of them. Them videos y'all doing, y'all getting some money off them NIL videos. So y'all need to make sure y'all saving a portion of that money somewhere, because you can help your parents out at the end. If you saving some of that money, that's less. Your parents got to do. For you to get money up to you. So, but just remember, athletes, if you're doing NIL, all the NIL stuff is going on now. Y'all getting some money. Y'all getting some funds from it. Just make sure y'all save it. Right, save some of that money and don't spend it all on Chick-fil-A. Is all I'm saying.
Right, you that money the same way we're talking about any money here. You treat it the same way. Save it, move toward it, investing, budgeting it. If you get $500 in NIL money, that don't mean you get to go goof off with it. You got to manage that well. If you can't manage $20 well, you won't manage $500 well. Or even if you get one of those Archie Manning deals or Shadur Sanders deals, you won't manage that well either. So you'll just be throwing away money. I've talked to countless people who make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, but they're still broke because they're spending all of it. Whereas I've talked to people that are making $50,000 a year and they own what they have and they're doing just fine. So it's all about how you manage it.
Fact. So this is gonna be our closing question here. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get to all the questions. Of course, Coach, you gonna be welcome back anytime. I already told you I'm kind of long-winded on some stuff. We're not gonna get to all these questions. I already knew it. I already knew it. Let's do this. What does long-term financial success look like for a former student athlete?
Okay, great closing question, Coach. Long-term financial success is debt freedom. I said at the beginning, I'm from the Dave Ramsey School, but my parents taught me this long before Dave Ramsey, is to be debt free. I've said before, nobody owns me. I don't owe anybody. That's what financial success look like. You own your home. You own your transportation. You have emergency fund in the bank account, 3 to 6 months. If something happens, you're good. My kids left this house with a mandate that by the time they're 30, they should have $250,000 invested. By the time they're 30, and $250,000 is not a whole bunch of money, but it does open doors for you. And if you have that, nobody owns you. So that's what financial success look like. You own your property and you don't owe nobody.
And Coach, that's a great answer right there. Because it's nothing like being that debt free. You know, you don't have to worry about paying no bills, stuff like that. You know, it's
Right.
It's definitely it's hard to do, but if you do it right, I think it takes discipline, man, more than anything.
Right.
You know, because you're gonna see stuff you want. You're gonna get approvals on stuff, but you just got to be like, hey, is it gonna be worth me paying on this for 3 years or 4 years, or you know what I'm saying? So so Coach, if anybody wants to get a consultation with your financial coaching, how can they reach you?
Yes, sir. Thank you for asking. You can call me or text me at 512-517-1194. You can also email me at McBride_188@yahoo.com. And my website is also McBrideSolution.GoDaddySite.com. Again, my phone number is 512-517-1194. You can call me or you can text me and I'll get back with you.
All right, let me I want to put this in the comment section here, Coach. Give me one minute. So I'm putting all the information down here in the description. If y'all want to talk to Mr. McBride about financial coaching and things of that sort, just give him a holler. Let's see.
Thank you, Coach. That's 512-517-1194. Steve McBride at McBride Solution.
All right, let's do this. One more time with the phone number,
512-517-1194.
1194.
And email address is McBride_188@yahoo.com. And my website is McBride Solution. That's all together. McBrideSolution.GoDaddySite.com.
Now you going too fast, Coach. You know that. You said McBride. I'm still on the email over here, right?
This is a track website, right? Okay.
You got me stressed out over here trying to type this. Hold on a minute.
Okay, I'll slow down.
I should know the email. I got to email you about 3 times today.
Right? Okay. It's
all right. So what? Is it at Gmail or at Yahoo on that?
It's at Yahoo. It's
okay.
McBride, McBride _188.
There we go. I got that.
At Yahoo.
And give me the website one last time, and I'll put that in here.
Okay, the website is McBride Solution. That's all one word.
All right.
.GoDaddy site. All one word, all ran together. GoDaddy site.com.
Gotcha. Bam! I got it in there. So, hey, got me sweating bullets over here trying to type all this stuff. but Coach, fantastic show. Guys, I'm also dropped the audio version probably if I get to it tomorrow, so that'll be on Spotify and stuff. Y'all can listen to this while y'all at work or at the track or wherever you at or whatnot. But it's going to be it's already on YouTube now, guys. If you want to go back and look at some stuff, but reach out to Coach, parents, if y'all have questions. He has a consultation and things like that, because it's you still play a big part, in your kids' future, and they had a crucial part, especially when they go to college. Because you got to still help them prepare for what's going to happen, once they leave that campus and get on, with their life. So make sure you set them up where they can be debt free. They have less to worry about, and they can pretty much buy what they want with a good credit score when they come out of college. That's one of the main things. But any last words before we get out of here? Any shout outs or anything like that?
I want to shout out to all the coaches out there, especially for the track coaches. They play an important role in these kids. Let's get these kids to college. Let's get them debt free. Also, I want to thank you again for having me on, and look forward to hearing from those out there in the audience. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate all you do, and keep making them videos. You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. All right, guys. Hey, y'all go like this video, share it. You have questions, hit Mr. McBride up, and hey, we out.